When you first imagine someone stealing your gold or silver, you probably imagine a picture like this. Guy in a ski mask breaks into your house, which does happen. But what if I told you there's a better chance of your precious metals being stolen another way, a legal way? Would you believe me? Well, you better. And if you don't think so, I'll ask you the same question at the end of this video. Gold and silver confiscation has happened throughout history, and I'm not talking about pirates or the Genghis Khan, Vikings, or even corrupt police. I'm talking about our own government. And you might be thinking, well, yeah, most of this happened a very long time ago, and every case I've heard of was about gold. Most notably, Executive Order 6102 by FDR in 1933. Well, just because you've never known about silver confiscation doesn't mean it hasn't happened. The irony is, it was exactly 1 year after FDR confiscated everyone's gold. Executive Order 6814, which also states turn in all your silver or pay a $10,000 fine, 10 years imprisonment, or both, was the following year in 1934. Gold confiscation always took place around economic turmoil, recessions, and most importantly, war. Silver in military is used for bombs, shells, missiles, tanks, fighter jets, nukes, night vision goggles, communication devices, bullets, aerospace, satellites, rockets, spacecraft, lasers, drones, robotics, AI, heavy machinery, electric trains, hydrogen fuel cells, cars, taxis, trucks, vans, ships, barges, ferries, yachts, boats. There's also silver in solar panels as we try to go green. There are also magnetic resonating or MRIs at hospitals, other medical equipment, airports. There's also superconductors, quantum computers, nuclear power plants used in transformers, and there's also colloidal silver in the medical world. But these are just ones that aren't even labeled in the Silver Institute with the 2023 annual demand. So all of these uses weren't even included in the 1.21 billion ounce silver demand for 2023. And it's only going to get worse. Look at all these different forms of missiles that all require silver. I could even show you to the exact ounce, and that is 85,600,000 ounces. We are currently in 5 different wars, and potentially more in the very, very short future. Coping with economic turmoil, $34 trillion in debt, a dollar that's lost 98% of its original purchasing power, also crumbling with the green era that we're trying to push zero net emissions by the year 2050. Where's the silver going to come from? We can't build rockets and missiles and satellites or EVs or solar panels or any of that if we don't have the silver. Mind you, our silver reserves are already being raided by the US Defense Department. It's already happening before our eyes. So to confidently think it's not possible is arrogance. The question isn't if it will happen, it should be, will you turn yours in? So now that I've pled my case and stated my argument on why I personally think silver confiscation is a lot more possible than I think people tend to want to admit, let's dive exactly into what Executive Order 6814 is about. I also did want to mention, if you guys want your daily news to be uncensored, then make sure you click subscribe. Requiring the delivery of all silver to the United States for coinage. Back then it was for coinage, doesn't mean it has to be for coinage today. By virtue of authority vested in me by the Silver Purchase Act of 1934 and of all other authority vested in me, I, Franklin D. Roosevelt, President of the United States of America, do hereby require the delivery of all silver situated in the continental United States on the effective date hereof by any and all persons owning, possessing, or controlling any such silver, and do hereby require any and all persons owning, possessing, or controlling any such silver to deliver the same in the manner, upon the conditions and subject to the exceptions herein contained, such action being in my judgment necessary to effectuate the policy of the Silver Purchase Act of 1934. Would you guys turn yours in, or would you dig a hole, in the woods, maybe next to your house? What would you do? I mean, let's not give incriminating evidence, but that would be such a crazy thing to do, like a situation to be in. Like, I mean, imagine just coming out, you read the newspaper and it's blasted on the front page. You have to give, I mean, man, times are wild, but, we're living in crazy times, so expect crazy things to happen, especially when you really understand the seriousness, the severity of why silver is so important in warfare, given how many wars we're in as well, on top of a shortage. Maybe trying to figure out a way to go about it without making or stirring up so much controversy. I mean, the U.S. Defense Department's already been doing it from the government, so why not go to us next? Maybe we're the last resort. Regardless, it's all hearsay, it's all speculation. I'm just trying to make a video showing how it is actually possible and legal to do so. They even banned silver in 1980, the Hunt brothers. They cornered the market, bought up all the silver on the COMEX, turned it into physical delivery. That would have exposed the COMEX facade. There's not as many paper contracts as physical metal to deliver, so the government made a law on the spot, just banned silver on the COMEX, Silver Rule 7. That's what the law was called, Silver Rule 7. Banned silver trading on the COMEX. You couldn't buy it. You had to sell it. You had to sell it back to the Federal Reserve. And that effectively shut down, stopped the Hunt brothers from this, what they would think is shenanigans, trying to just do some illegal act. My whole point is, you might think, oh, that's not possible. There's no laws in place for XYZ, but they will make laws on the spot to get what they want. So let's keep moving on. We have coins, where foreign or domestic, which is important to note because some people say, well, if there's a silver confiscation, what about the foreign coins? This is foreign or domestic. And this was for coinage as well. So they were melting down these coins or trading them. I don't know what they did, but they'll take any type of silver, especially now that we would be needing it more for the intrinsic value, the bullion, since silver is the most highly conductive metal and it's perfect for missiles and all of these other things. And I hope that they will use silver for missiles and rockets and in defending the country more than just trying to fix air pollution. I kind of feel like that's more important personally, to win a war rather than in 30 years, 20 years, try to fix a problem that we don't even know really exists. Just stating my case, but anyways, this is also important. A silver fineness of 0.8 or less, which is not entered into industrial, commercial, professional, artistic, or monetary use. That's a lot of what people a lot of people say, well, what silver? They're very specific, and especially if you have like a numismatic coin that is a piece of American history, or a coin that is graded, and it's, they are very specific about this. So also, it's silver held for industrial, professional, or artistic use in unmelted scrap silver, silver sweepings, and any amount not exceeding the aggregate 500 fine troy ounces belonging to any one person. That's another good point, though. That's a good point. And that's silver held for industrial, professional, or artistic use and unmelted scrap. And that is any amount not exceeding 500 troy ounces. So I think they're saying that's the amount. That's if you have more than that, you can keep it. Or are they mentioning just from these other uses? I know. I don't know. That's word. I don't want to say for sure and say the wrong thing, but I'm pretty sure that's what it means. Which that's interesting if that's true. Let me know what you guys think about that. So silver owned on the effective date by a recognized foreign government, foreign central bank, or bank of international settlements. Silver contained in articles fabricated and held in good faith for a specific and customary use, not for the fair value of silver bullion, or silver held under a license issued in accordance with Section 8. And then you have time of delivery. I'm not going to go into all of this, but you guys can see, this is what it's about. And the monetary value of the silver delivered, which is $1.29, less deduction of 61 8/25 of the percent. Yeah, they were buying it for $1.29 off of you. And then gold, I think they bought back for like $15. So when they confiscate everyone's gold, so I don't know if that were to happen nowadays, what they would set the price as. We're in foreign territory, untapped waters, and I'm just trying to bring the case that it is possible. Our Greshams lawed out gold coins back in 1860. U.S. banks ran out of gold and silver specie coins to lend to the government during the Civil War. And the same thing happened, in 2020, and then 2021, we had the congressional, or actually 2023, we had the congressional complaint. Yeah, it was 2023. Congress said, why can't you guys keep up with the demand? Why'd you guys run out of silver planchets? Why can't you guys meet the demand of eagles and are having to make emergency runs? And what's going on? So this is happening again. Now, it's just a whole rabbit hole. I guess he got 2,000 ounces. Or no, they're saying this is the comparison. People, okay, yeah, it was in exchange for $20 a troy ounce, which is now 2,000, obviously. So yeah, so they were buying it back for $20 an ounce, not 15. And then silver was $1.29. See the gold to silver ratio around 16 to 1 there? It's 15 to 1. Well, now it's over 90 to 1. Why? When silver's 90,000 times more useful than gold is, especially in warfare. And these are all other times throughout history that gold was confiscated, and not including, Vikings along, of sorts. But yeah, anyways, I wanted to share this because I did think this was an important topic to bring up, especially since all of the military raiding, our reserves is somewhat of a topic of discussion right now. Who knows where that could lead to and why? And I think that's very important to notice why. And the why would be, in my opinion, more for war and not so much as just trying to get the silver from us to go green. It would be because we need missiles and rockets and satellites and nukes and drones and all of that. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Remember to subscribe because I do post daily. Thanks for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.